Hi South Shore, welcome back to 3rd grade online with Miss Nazaripour. Today in writing, we're gonna start talking about letter writing. And we're gonna do that by reading one of my favorite books, The Quiet Place. The Quiet Place is actually the first book I ever bought as a teacher. I just loved it so much. It's a beautiful story of a young girl who faces some big changes in her life, but her whole story is told through letters that she writes home to her aunt who lives in Mexico. I love the way this book is written, and we really get to hear the character's voice, and I also love the beautiful illustrations in this book. So let's get started reading The Quiet Place. It was written by Sarah Stewart with pictures by David Small. Can you make an inference based on the pictures you've seen already in the book? Here we can see somebody hugging in the doorway, suitcases. You can see the truck being loaded up. Then we see the little girl in the back seat. What inference can you make about what's happening in the book? There's no blurb. I've owned this book so long I've lost the cover. So what inference can you make about what change this little girl is going to go through? Go ahead and say it out loud like we were in class together. Did you say that our character might be moving? It does look like she packed up, her family packed up and moved all of their belongings. Let's find out. April 5th, 1957. Dear Auntie Lupita, here is my first letter in English. I am going to practice my new language by writing to you. Thank you for your letter in Spanish. It was so easy to read. I remember most of the English words you taught me, but there are many more to learn. The first day as we crossed the border, the guard said, "Your smile is my antidote to a bad morning." I said, "Muchas gracias." Thank you. Then I asked Chavo, "Antidote?" He knew, of course. It means a cure. I am already missing you. Right back soon, Isabel. And you can tell that our friend is moving from Mexico to the USA. Remember, what is a person who leaves from one country to go live in another called? An immigrant. April 9th, 1957. Dear Auntie Lupita, I forgot to tell you something. I heard Spanish being spoken in a cafe where we stopped on the second day of our long drive north. Then the best part was after lunch when we drove through many, many, many blue flowers. The very next day the sky became that same blue. Chavo said, we left a sea of blue at our feet and entered an ocean of blue over our heads. I want to talk like that. Missing you, Isabel. P.S. I am using my best words and Chavo's dictionary helps with the new ones. I can make an inference that our characters just drove through Texas because I know there's a lot of blue flowers in Texas. I can also tell that our main character, Isabel, really loves vocabulary. She's collecting all of those beautiful. April 14th, 1957. Dear Auntie Lupita, we have only been in our new home for 10 days, but most of the boxes are unpacked. I like having our old things around me again. Some snow came down all night and made my whole world new. This morning everything was white. I ran outside and made a snow angel. Do you remember the one we saw in the book at the library last year? Mother says it's a funny time of year for snow. And it will all melt by tomorrow. Where will my snow angel go? Missing you, Isabel. It's April, so that is pretty late for snow, huh? And you can see her world. And then if you take a closer look, there's Isabel and her snow angel. April 27th, 1957. Dear Auntie Lupita, I am sorry not to have written sooner. I started school 2 days after the snowstorm. My teacher is smart like you. I think she loves teaching like you too. Oh, we can make another inference. Her aunt, Auntie Lupita, is also a teacher. She does not speak Spanish, but she smiles at me. I am still too shy to make friends. But I have started something, a quiet place for me and my books. Father bought a big refrigerator for us and gave me the box. Now I am writing from inside it. Chavo cut a door in it for me. He is the best big brother a girl could have. Missing you, Isabel. So we've learned that our character is too scared to make friends, but she's found a quiet place for her to think and to write letters in. May 4th, 1957. Dear Auntie Lupita, writing these letters is still hard work, but Chavo says it's good work. The spots on this letter are from my tears. A big storm blew across Lake Michigan yesterday. I had left my box outside and the rain ruined it. So many new things are in my life, not just new words, but new people and new places. I loved how safe it felt in that box. Mother is letting me write this letter under the kitchen table. It isn't the same. Missing you, Isabel. So Isabel's having a lot of new changes happening in her life. Not only is she in a new home, she's in a new country, speaking a new language, far away from her aunt, who she evidently loves very much. Can you think of a time when things were just changing really fast for you? And how did you feel as things were changing so quickly for you? I bet you felt worried or a little bit scared. And I think maybe that's how Isabel's feeling too. May 18th, 1957. Dear Auntie Lupita, I am sorry if I made you sad with my last letter. This will be a happy one. Mother has started cooking for birthday parties just like she did in Mexico. She took me with her today. The mother of the birthday girl came into the kitchen and offered me a party favor. I asked for the biggest birthday box instead. We have brought it home, and Father and Chava are helping me make a new quiet place. Missing you, Isabel. So still, Isabel has no friends, and she's looking for big boxes to make her quiet place. June 2nd, 1957. Dear Auntie Lupita, speaking Spanish at home feels safe, but speaking English in class feels scary. Chavo says that 2 languages are better than 1. He is going to take courses at the college this summer. My classes are almost over. Mother and I are baking cakes for parties. I am getting good at beating egg whites and chopping nuts. Are you ready for a new word from me? Mother says that I am trustworthy. I have helped at the last 2 parties. There have been no big boxes. Maybe my next letter will bring good news. Missing you, Isabel. June 16th, 1957. Dear Auntie Lupita, I do have good news. No new words, but a new box, and it's a big one. Yesterday, the birthday girl was given a gigantic plastic pool. The box she opened was big, but not nearly as big as the pool after it was filled with air. She invited me to come out of the kitchen and splash around with everyone else. I just watched because I was wearing my dress. Then Mother helped me carry the box to our car, and I smiled all the way home. Missing you, Isabel. What can you see happening in this picture? What is Isabel doing? Let's find out. July 7th, 1957. Dear Auntie Lupita, I am writing this letter from inside my quiet place. July 4th was very noisy, but the pretty fireworks were like big flowers over the lake. It was just like being back home with you. At a party last week, a girl my age was given a dollhouse and many pieces of furniture for it. Everything came in a box. That is now a part of my quiet place. There are many rooms. Today, Chavo said that the colors in your house make me want to dance. Missing you, Isabel. Sorry. There you can see the fireworks. August 1st, 1957. Dear Auntie Lupita, we will mail photos of my quiet place very soon. Chavo is reading the newspaper to Father while I am working on this letter. Father says that the English words are easy to understand when people talk at work, but reading is harder for him. When I get your letter every week, the Spanish words are like friends. I am learning to speak better every day. But I am getting nervous about school starting again next month. Writing to you is easier than speaking to all the new people in my life. That is because I know you love me. Missing you, Isabel. See how beautifully she's decorated her quiet place? August 4th, 1957. Dear Auntie Lupita, something big happened yesterday. For the first time, there was a birthday party in our neighborhood. After it was over, everyone clapped for us. The mother of the birthday girl said we had made the best party ever because of the amazing cake. I also sang our birthday song from Mexico in Spanish. But there is more. Before we left, Mother invited all of the families to our house for my birthday. I asked them to bring me their favorite words as gifts. So third graders, our friend Isabel has been writing to Auntie Lupita this whole time and hasn't made any friends yet. But now she's about to have a party. How do you think she's feeling to have all of these new, maybe friends in her house? She's definitely in the yellow. I bet she's feeling pretty excited. August 31st, 1957. Dear Auntie Lupita, everyone came. Everyone. The words I liked best were sunrise, nightingale, twilight, and lullaby. But the one I like to say out loud is sycamore. Mother made tamales and salsa and guacamole and beans with rice and a chocolate cake. Chavo played his guitar and Father showed the other parents some dance steps. I taught my guests our birthday song. We all sang out the windows. My quiet place was not quiet, but it didn't matter. No one wanted to go home. I hope you can feel my happiness through. There is no word big enough. Wishing you were here, Isabel. Are you ready to see the quiet place all finished? And now teeming with lots of new friends. She's made quite the beautiful place for herself. And now it's even more beautiful because she has so many friends in it. And now it's time for school, back in the fall. Okay, third graders, one thing I notice about Isabel's letters, all of them, they are all dated. This helps us know when she wrote the letter. Then they all have a dear with a capital D and the person's name she's writing to. Notice that the person's name is a capital. That's because names are a proper noun. Then Isabel has used a comma to show a pause. Dear Auntie Lupita, pause. And then she's written a beautiful letter. At the end, she's finished the letter by saying, missing you, capital M, and a comma, and then underneath missing you, she's put her name, Isabel. So these are the basic conceptions of a letter that you need to know for the project that I have for you this week. Okay, third graders, so here's your job in writing for the next week or so. We're gonna ask that you write letters to your friends. If we were in school right now, we would be signing yearbooks and signing memory books. We can't have that right now because we have to stay safe. We understand that, but we still want to have those memories to take away, so that when you are all grown up, you can look back on 2020 and remember that this was the year that you got to spend so much of your time with such great friends like you did this year. Even though we can't be together at the end, we still had a great year together, and we want to preserve those memories. So we're going to do that with a letter. You are going to write a letter to each of your friends, and you'll have until next Wednesday to get done. But you have to make sure that you're including all the great parts like Isabel did. You want to make sure you have the date, like I said. Then you're going to start with dear, and notice that the dear here, see, it's a capital. Also, the first letter of your name, say if this one were to Abdi, for instance, the A would have to be capital because it's a name, and then you're going to add a comma to show that there's a pause. Now, here's some great things to include in your letter in case you get stuck on what to write. Include one happy memory you have with the person you're writing to, or one happy memory that you both shared in class. Include one compliment for that person. I know that you have many, many compliments for all of your friends in class, even if they aren't your best friend. Include one wish for the future. Then you're going to sign the letter. I signed mine sincerely, but I made sure that this, like the D in dear, was a capital, and I used my comma, and then I put my name. And of course, my name is also a proper noun, so it has to be capital. I also added some different things you could put in your letter to close it out. So instead of sincerely, you might write from or best wishes. You might write missing you, like Isabel did. You might write love or take care. And instead of best wishes, you might just want to include best. Lulu is very excited about your letters, as am I. I'm going to show you an example of a letter that I wrote to my class. And I tried to make sure that I used all the right parts of letter writing, just like Isabel did. Dear, I put June 9th, 2020. Dear Room 244. And notice the D is capital, as is room, because that's the name I'm using in this case. Thank you so much for a great school year. I will never forget how fun it was to write poetry with you. I loved writing poetry with you to celebrate Black History Month, and then again online. I hope your 4th grade teachers know how lucky they are to be getting great scholars like you. Love, Miss Nazaripour. So 3rd graders, in my letter, I shared a memory, I gave a compliment, and a wish for the future. So, if you write, you are either in a class of 19 or you are in a class of 20. If you write 3 letters every day, you'll be done by next Tuesday or next Wednesday. My suggestion to you is to actually do that. Write 3 letters a day. If you save it all for the end, you're going to be rushed and you're not going to finish. So every day your writing assignment is to pick 3 friends and write a letter to them. I will put my class list and Miss Bedford's class list in our Schoology page. If you want to do this project and you're in Mr. Moreno's class, please text or email Mr. Moreno for his class list so you can make sure you don't leave anybody out. That's very important. Everybody gets a letter. Please text or email those letters to your teacher every day. I'm really serious about this. If you leave all of your letters for the last minute, then your friends may not get a letter from you. So please, every day, pick 3 friends and write a letter to them. Send it to your teacher that day. All right, 3rd graders, I hope you enjoy this project. And most of all, I hope you enjoy getting these letters from your friends. Thanks, 3rd graders. Take care. I'm going to go feed Lulu because she's being crazy. Can you say bye, Lulu? Can you say bye? Take care, 3rd grade. Talk soon.